Strategy Battle Gamers, welcome to Middle Earth for another episode of Adventures in Arda. Here with your Hot Gates Gaming host, James, sporting a very Viking look at the moment. Beard's growing, side shaved. Comment below what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Jane hates it. You hate it. He doesn't.
Looks alright.
He was flirting with me at Ultragon War Gamers on Tuesday. Thought it looked brilliant. So today we are doing another adventure in Arda, which does mean it is Hobbit SBG time, and I'm joined by special guest Stephen Crow of Top Table War Gaming, who's becoming a bit of a frequent on this.
I am, yeah. I'll move in. Bring a sleeping bag next time.
It's because he hasn't got a car and he's driving everywhere, so I'm becoming Top Table War Gaming chauffeur at the moment.
Taxi, yeah.
We are currently the ladies that do lunch.
It's a nice lunch though.
It's a nice lunch. It's certainly a nice lunch. So as always, as we do with Adventures in Arda, we are going to try and create a little bit of a theme and a story for today's it's a 400 point battle
400
report.
points, yeah.
It's a 400 point battle report, and we're going to be taking you into a snowy part of the mountains not long after Thorin's company, along with Gandalf, have escaped the mountains. And of course, some of the goblins are going to be trying to rush out of the mountains to try and catch up with the company. Yeah. Obviously, hot on the heels of the company is Azog and co. But the Eagles are on the way. So what they're going to be trying to do in this battle report, which we are going to be playing as reconnoitre, is they're going to be trying to intercept and stop some very nasty nasties coming out of the Moria Hills.
Yeah, it is nasty. They've got a little pal with them.
Got a nice little pal with them, so we're going to see how that goes. What we're going to do is get down, show you the board, and show you our armies right now. Here we go. This is the 400 points, 395 to be exact, of Eagles, led by Gwaihir, Lord of the Eagles. Nothing fancy in there. Do have the actual Gwaihir model here representing Gwaihir himself. And then we do have the 3 Eagles behind. Hopefully, they're going to be going bowling in this battle report. And here before us are our Goblin adversaries. So over here on this right flank, we have got a Dweller in the Dark. Don't get to see them that often. I think the last time I came up across one of these in a battle report was over on the ep12 podcast versus this very same Dweller. Aragorn took him down. It was for winners. It was Aragorn being a winner. Next to him there is a Moria Goblin Shaman, and then here we have got the Goblin King. Of course, Goblin King has actually died, so this is son of Goblin King. And then we have Grinner.
Yes.
And also a Goblin Captain.
Yep.
Each leading 7 goblins each. That is our 400 points of Goblin Town, Moria. So we're going to show you the board and get this game Reconnoitre underway. You are about to witness Hot Gates Gaming history, as for the first time in a piece of battle report footage, we are going to be rolling Hot Gates Gaming dice. Remember, you can get these dice by pledging to the Hot Gates Gaming project on Patreon. If you're pledging over $15 a month and you're in the UK, you'll get some of these. But if you're pledging more than $25 a month and you are international, you can get some of these as well. Just a little bit of a thank you to say thank you for backing the content. We're going to roll, as you do with Reconnoitre, to see first turn priority. White dice are going to be good in this game. Black for evil. Priority goes to... It's going to go to the forces of good. Didn't really want them. So it's only one warband, Gwaihir and his Eagles. So do they come on a 4+? They do. And they don't, which means that turn is going to go over to the Goblins. So starting off with this Goblin Captain over here, does he manage to bring on his Goblins? 4+? He doesn't. And on to Grinner with his 7. Does he? He does. So he's going to be coming on. We'll put that dice next to the warband and move on to the Goblin Heir.
Goblin Steward.
The Goblin Steward. Steward of Goblins. He doesn't. the Moria Goblin Shaman. Does he come on? He doesn't. And the Dweller is a troop choice. He's a troop choice. So only one thing is coming onto the table. Steve's going to do that now. And Steve's just moving on his goblins roughly in the centre of the board there. There's nothing else to come on this turn. So as they're coming on, we are going to roll for next turn priority. And priority, turn 2, is going to go to... It's going to go to the Force of the Good again. So does Gwaihir come on? Come on, we want to see Hotgates Gaming logo. He doesn't come on second turn in a row, which means it's going to go back over to the Goblin Horde. The Goblin Captain's Warband are just going to move forward. They're 4 inches, got 4 inch movement? 5 inch movement. Is it Hobbits that are 4 inch movement? Is that right?
Hobbits 4, yeah.
So there we go, Goblins have moved on. Goblin Captain.
Yeah.
Does he bring them on? No, it's on a 3+ now, isn't it? Is that correct? Okay, the Goblin Steward, as we've been calling him. He is going to come on. And does the Moria Goblin Shaman bring on his pet Dweller? He does. So there we go. The Goblin's going to be moving on to the board before we go into the next turn. Goblin King moving on 6 there, followed by his lackeys moving up 5 inches behind. And just to the southern flank, Dweller is coming on. Of course, behind him is going to be the Shaman, who's moving on to that point there. So there we go. Only Goblins on the table at the moment. Gwaihir, it's not going to be much of a game if the Eagles decide not to show up. Okay, so next turn, priority. It's a 4. And it's going to go to the Eagles again. Come on, Gwaihir. You can do this. I believe in you. You're not as terrible as people have been saying. On a 3+, does Gwaihir, the mighty Lord of Eagles, come on. No! I'm not using a single point of might to change that. It's going to go back over to the Goblins. At the start of the movement phase, of course, the Goblin Shaman is going to be calling a channel here. And before he moves, he is going to try and cast it with 2 dice, needing a 3+.
Yes!
Hotgates Gaming 6. So that's successfully cast, and everything else is going to get to continue its movement. So here we go. Goblin King is going to be moving up, and shuffling behind him 5 inches are going to be his Goblin Minion Warband. And as you can see, the Goblins in the middle all just shuffling up right through the centre. And the Dweller just moving up to cover that southern flank of the Goblins. So there we go. Hopefully this next Warband of Goblins doesn't come on. Will they? They do. All of the Goblins are on the board. And they're just going to be moving on. One big clump of Goblins, not really feeling too threatened at the moment because they have no enemy in this game of Reconnoitre. No enemy at all. It's time to turn this into a game. Here we go. Oh, you get a 2. I say that, I've had priority every time, that's not what it's about. Okay, so we're going to stay here and we're going to go over to those Eagles there who are now going to come on. 3+. Oh my days! You can't even mind that. They're not selling very well, these, are they? What's going on?
Mine are alright. The black ones, get the black ones.
What's going on? Back over. It's the Goblins.
Okay.
And these Goblins here are just going to shuffle up 5 inches, just up the centre there. Goblin Steward is leading his warband out on that northern flank. And a Moria Goblin Shaman just moving up the middle there. Followed swiftly, I say swiftly, followed at Goblin pace by those Goblins who came on a little bit later. And the Dweller is just going to sprint forward his 8 inches up to that position there. So there we go. That is our table. No forces of good on the board. They're clearly having their second breakfast. They're doing their lunch. Ladies, they're at the place that we were in Altrincham, Steve. Taking their time. Here we go. Priority. With a 5. And I get a 4. So it's the first time priority is going to go to the Goblins. And before Steve starts his movement, he is going to be calling a heroic march. And those heroic marches are going to be called with Grinner and the Captain. First up, the Dweller's just going to be moving up there, getting right in the faces of the Eagles potentially that are coming on. And the Goblins that heroic marched under Grinner, they're just going to be going up through the centre into that position, getting really close to the Eagle board edge. I wonder, would I have to discard this battle report The eagles haven't come on. Hang on, we don't know whether they're on yet, do we?
No, they might not even go on.
The steward has moved up. And that's going to be swiftly followed.
I'll just check who's in.
By his heroic marching
They might
goblins.
take 3.
So as the goblins move up, you can see that they are very close to breaking through lines which don't even exist at the moment. So it's very important that the eagles come on now. Gwaihir rolling a 3+. Oh! And it's a 3. And therefore Gwaihir and the eagles are going to be coming on. Houston, the eagles have landed. They've landed, they're here, they're on the board, and as you can see, they've already set up their goalkeeping defence. Of course, it has to be a goalkeeping defence, because they've not even got to the midfield yet. They're nowhere near. But this is how our reconnoitre board is looking. Not looking great for the forces of good. I don't think these eagles are going to be protecting Thorin's company, but as ever, there might be a twist in this Adventures in Arda. Let's roll for the next turn. Priority. Who's it going to go to? Cool Steve gets a 4. HGG James gets a 5. It's priority to the eagles. It's the eagles. They got priority. I'm going to start with this eagle here because he's going to try and charge the dweller, which of course causes terror. And I don't believe eagles are fearless or anything. So they're only courage 5. Well, I say only. Same as the elves. Can the HGG dice do it? Oh, set out to fair. No, he's fine. He is going to be in, and he's going to charge in now, just into that position, just around the back of the dweller. And now Gwaihir is going to try and charge against the dweller. He's courage 6. He does have a will point as well. Does he get in? He does. So 4 and a 2. And he's just going to be moving straight up the middle towards the dweller there. And the third eagle has charged in on Grinner and another goblin there. We're back on the table because we've got one more eagle left to charge. He's going to be charging against the goblin steward, who does cause terror. So it's courage 5, needing to get in. And that's what we like to see. So he's just going to move in onto the far side, just like so. There we go. And that means that it's going to go straight over to the goblin horde. Here we go, here's our battlefield. So the goblins were able to rush in and try and swarm around the eagles, because of course they do have the Moria goblin shaman who moved in range of everybody there. So it does mean that this eagle is going to be taken off the fight versus the dweller. And there's quite a few that have come in to support against this guy, but more worryingly, quite a lot have got in on the combat with the goblin king in there. So we need to roll that 6 and hope that you don't heroic strike more. Roll in a 1 on that heroic strike if you decide to do it, of course. So that is how the battlefield is looking. That's how it's looking. So we're going to go into the combat phase. Let's see what's going to happen. Grinner has called a heroic strike, and the goblin steward has also called a heroic strike. It was contemplating the heroic combat would have been high risk. Well, of course the eagle's only got 2 dice, but if I had rolled that 6, then we could foresee a hurled goblin king right through that Moria goblin shaman and all the goblins behind, which could have been pretty useful. But it was the eagle priority, so we're going to start things off with Gwaihir. Here we go. So we have got Gwaihir, Lord of Eagles, versus a dweller in the dark. Gwaihir's only got 2 attacks. He's only got 2 attacks. He's pretty poor, really, Gwaihir. Okay, so dweller has got 3. He sets the bar. He's fight 7, so he's lower fight value, but he sets the bar at. Oh, look at that black HG dice. HGG dice, absolutely rocking it. So Gwaihir, he needs to see the smile on Steve's face. Here we go.
Oh, he gets the 5.
He gets a 5, and
Never mind, let's...
he's got to do it. Let's do it. He's going to use his only point of might to turn that into that 6, and we're going to go from there. Now, he's not trapped here. No, he's not trapped. So we are going to be... There's no point rending or anything. Might as well just attack you normally, because it's going to be 4s anyway. Strength 6 against defense 5. Okay, so needing 4s. We're not going to hurt you or anything here. I get 1, so that's going to be 1 wound on the dweller.
Just shift him over.
And we're just going to shift him over.
Just fiddly with wings.
Like so. There we go. So back over to my next combat. Next up, we have got this eagle here up against these 2 goblins, one of which is piercing strike and one of which is fencing. I'm guessing you're going to be doing that throughout the game.
Yeah, unless I state I'm not, I will be, yeah.
Yeah, so here we go.
Goblins get... Oh, loving the 6s.
Look at that, nice 6 there, but it's okay. This eagle's not even bothered, mate. Oh, not even bothered. So I'm going to choose what this eagle's going to do right now. So this eagle's going to try something here. It could have been tempting trying to hurl a goblin that way. Just get rid of these two. Try and hurl something to take those up. He's going to try and barge, and hopefully you've seen a little while why. So the difference in strength is
Strength 2.
Strength 2, so it's 4 inches plus 6. So yeah, so I can move 10 inches. Wow. Okay, well that's actually worth looking into. So some serious meticulous measuring and moving around, and made very awkward by arms and wings and weapons and claws. This eagle is going to in fact barge. So he's going to move these two goblins back into the wall, which means that they will be knocked prone. At which point he is then going to be moving. He's got 10 inches, remember, and he can fit perfectly in that gap there and just be getting the Witch King. The Goblin Steward. We've been playing with Angmar quite a lot, which is great because that's going to pull him out of that fight. So we're going to do that now and come back with the next combat. Here we go. So as you can see, that eagle has got in there and has pulled the Goblin Steward away from that combat. So hopefully giving that eagle there a bit of a better chance. Although putting himself on the line, it has to be said. So here we have got Gwaihir, who has heroic struck. Now he is fight 4 normally.
4, yeah.
Fight 4, the Goblin's normally 2 and he goes up to 3.
Captain's a 3. Does he pay extra?
So I'm right, Gwaihir, he is fight 3, so you will need a 4+. So you've got 50-50 chance here. Can you get it? Oh!
Fuck, mate.
You can't point at my heroic strike. I had to think about that though. Okay, there we go. So you go up to fight 6.
Got 2.
I've only got 2 here, and I'm going to...
4, 5, 6. I'll have to differentiate because...
That's fine. You want to use white dice for...
2 of them, yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So of course, all special striking.
All special striking, yeah.
Apart from Gwaihir.
Yeah. He'll faint.
He'll faint, yeah?
Yeah. 6.
And you get a 6, okay? So it's going to be down to the eagle here. Eagle must get a 6. Must get a 6.
Sweating.
And he gets a 5. It's the problem with eagles. So we're going to come back in when we see how many dice need to be rolled and what they need. We're going to start things off with the piercing strike. So the piercing strike of this guy behind goes up to... So he was strength 2 normally, so he now goes up to strength 5.
Yeah.
So he will need 5s. So you got 2 strikes needing 5s on him. And you don't cause a wound. So the next guy, who's next to Gwaihir, what does he go up to?
Goes up by 1. So he's 6s.
Yeah, it goes up by 1, and so you're now strength 3, and on defense, they're defense 7, aren't they?
7. 6 by 4s.
6 by 4s?
No.
Nope.
2 supports.
We've got the 2 supports now, so they've got 4 dice here. Now they are strength 2 versus defense 7, so they will need 6s by 5s. 6s by 5s.
Oh.
No.
It's not very good.
And finally we have got
Gwaihir, who's fainting.
Who was fainting. He's strength 3 normally.
Strength 3, yeah.
Strength 3, so 6s by 4s.
Rerolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s. No.
So I back away.
Is it 6s by 4s or 6s?
It don't matter.
I think it's 6s.
Actually, I've got might, haven't I?
Yeah, it is 6s, and you've got 1 might left.
Yeah, go on. I'll use his last might.
Use his last might?
His last might, yeah, to make a wound on that
okay.
eagle.
So that eagle there is going to be down to 2 wounds.
Yeah, why not?
And you guys back away. So next up we're going to go for this eagle here. And he's up against 5. Of course all the relevant special strikes are in there. So you've got 5 HGG dice here. What do you get? You get a 5 highest. That gives me a bit more of a chance. It's only 2 dice. I'd like 3 dice. 3 dice would be good for eagles at this point. Okay, but I'm okay because I'm going to get a 6.
No.
Oh, he only gets a 4. So he is going to be trapped. So how many special strikers and the like do we have in here?
3 piercing strikes.
So let's start off with one of those. It goes up to... So he's going to go up by 2, so he becomes strength 4, which means he needs 6s on his 2 dice. No. The next one goes up by 1, strength 3, so needing 6s. That's 1 wound. And the last one, what does he go up to? He goes up by 2, so needing 6s. No. Those were your piercing strikes. Now you've got your 2 support guys as well.
Yep.
And these will need 6s by 4s.
Yep.
You've got a cock dice in there. So that's 1, and you get the 4 to follow up to cause 2 wounds. Oh, you do. Remember that dice. So there we go. That eagle there has taken a wound. And we've got the final combat of the round here. It is this eagle against the Goblin King who has heroic struck. You need a 1 to equal.
Yeah.
Anything more than a 1 will beat me here. Okie dokie. So of course you are doing your...
Yeah, he's not going to piercing strike, but he'll two-handed.
Okay, so he's going two-handed. Brilliant.
Because it negates itself, yeah.
Of course. Okay, so you've got 3 dice here. What do you get? Got 2 points of might left with him as well. You get yourself a 6 there. Looking good. Okay, so here we go. What can the eagle match it and force a roll off? I believe he can. Oh, it bounced over. So he can't. So the eagle can move back an inch.
Yep.
Okay, so you've got 3 strikes here. You are strength 5, so you would need 5s, but that's going to become 4s because you've gone two-handed.
A rend. Is it still 4s or is it 3s?
It's strength 6, so yeah, be the same, won't it? So needing 4s.
But it's two-handed.
Yeah.
So it's still 4s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got 1 there. Now you could use your final 2 points of might and kill that eagle.
But then I can't heroic strike. Take 1 eagle off the table.
It's a big decision.
Do you know what, I'll do it? He's got blubbery mass. Sod it. So I'll take an eagle off.
So there we go. That eagle has been slain. That blood wasn't from any goblins. And that is our table after turn, whatever it was, but turn 1 technically.
Yeah.
Because the first time that things happened. So we've lost an eagle. 2 eagles have taken wounds. And not much else has happened. No goblins have been killed or anything. So let's go into the next turn. Priority. How are we going to do? Steve gets a 3 and I get a 4. Priority is going to go to the eagles. And down here, the goblin captain is using his final point of might to call a heroic move. So it's off to the goblins. Here we go. So after the heroic move, all of the eagles were pinned down. Of course, they could all get in because they were all within the shaman's range, within that 6 inches, which is of course a massive factor against a monster army. So that's how it's looking. Not looking particularly good for the eagles, but Steve might kill me too quick.
Yeah.
He'll still go on and win, of course, because he will get the leader kill in that case, and of course breaking. But it's going to be tough. Let's see what happens. We're going to go into the combat phase. Gwaihir is going to attempt to lead by example versus the Dweller and 1. Versus the Dweller and 1. So you are piercing striking with that one. What do you set the bar at?
Ooh.
5 highest.
No 6.
Oh, we're going to be okay. Watch this. Oh my goodness gracious me. Gwaihir does not do it. He moves back an inch. He doesn't have any might to affect that. So you have your Dweller.
I'll do piercing strike first.
Oh, you can do piercing strike first.
Yep.
So piercing strike goes up to... Goes up by 3, so he's now strength 5. Against defense 8, which is still 6s.
Okay.
Nope. And the Dweller has 3 strikes. I'm guessing he rend against the defense 6, so he will need 5s. Oof. And he gets 1. So Gwaihir, who has got 3 wounds, is not going to take 1. He's going to use his fate point because he's the leader. I don't know what it is. Oh no! It's a 1, and the leader is going to take a wound, and that means the first VP goes to the Goblin Town Force. Next up, we're going to do this combat in the middle, so hopefully things are going to look up a little bit more for the eagles. Remember, this eagle has already taken 1 wound. Grinner has heroic struck. He's fight 3 normally. What does he go up to? Hopefully he doesn't... Oh, not enough. Not enough. So everything is going to piercing to do what it needs to do. Piercing strike, fainting and the like.
Grinner...
What do you set the bar
I've got
at?
all mine, so I don't need to differentiate, do I?
No.
But yeah, special strike where Grinner will faint, etc. So... Loads of 6s and loads of 1s.
Get yourself on Patreon, guys. Get yourself on Patreon. Okay, here we go. So, needing a 6. Oh no! And make sure you request the black ones. So he's going to be trapped without a shadow of a doubt. So, you have... Let's start with this piercing striking guy here. Goes up to... He goes up by 3, so he will need 5s. So that's 1. Okay, next piercing striking guy. I guess you got another one there, yeah?
Yes, this guy.
Yep, that one. Okay, goes up to goes up by 1, so he's now strength 3. So he only needs 6. No, yes, 6s. 6 will kill him. No.
Okay, that's all the piercing strikes.
So Grinner is fainting.
So Grinner's fainting. The other guy's. Grinner's got 4 on it. So Grinner's fainting.
So Grinner's fainting.
Another fainting.
And another fainting. So let's roll these first.
2 sports.
Let's do Grinner's first, because Grinner's strength 3, isn't he?
Yeah.
So Grinner will need 6s, rerolling 1s. And that will kill the eagle. Grinner has slain the eagle, and it's a terrible turn for the eagles again, who have not performed very well in this game. Let's go on to the next combat. So hopefully, I'm gonna roll first this time. I think the eagles get intimidated by seeing the 6s from the other team. Okay, so can he get the 6 and ensure the victory here? Oh no, it's a 5. Okay, so how many dice?
3 from Goblin King, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So 10 altogether.
Needs to be a real Bosch, not a single. Oh, it's wonderful news! It's a wonderful, wonderful news. Bosch! Bosch!
10 dice, no 6.
That's absolutely wonderful.
Okay, so you win.
I am going to be probably hurling the Goblin King.
So I'll back these off, yeah?
Yeah, and I'll come back when I decide which direction that will be. So we're going to try and hurl a nice line through there, which would catch 4 goblins. Is that a captain down there? We catch 3 goblins, a captain, and the shaman. That's kind of the line that we're going for with the Goblin King. Can hurl you, because of course you are less in strength. Okay, you didn't piercing strike or anything.
No.
Okay, so I'm only +1 here, so I need 3, really. 3 plus.
Ooh,
this is amazing news. This is 7 inches. We're going to measure that now. And it does mean that there's an extra goblin that's caught on the end. Okay, so let's start things off with the goblins. Let's start off with number 1. You can see that lovely pro marker there. Make sure you contact Top Table Wargaming if you want to get hold of them, because there are some still around. Okay, so this first guy here, needing a 4. What's your defense 3? 4? No. So he's not to the floor. The next one along, needing a 4. No. Substitute dice.
Is that this one?
The next one along.
Oh,
that's 3 1s in a row.
That was this
That's
one.
him. That's him. So now it's the captain. Defense 4.
Yes.
Defense 4. So this needs a 5s. Oh my goodness! It's 4 1s in a row.
I'm running out of pro markers here.
You need to buy some. You need to contact Steve Crow.
I'll give myself an email.
Mario Goblin Shaman. Defense 3.
5.
His defense 5. Okay, so I will need 5s.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, so you got your Fury first, needing a 5 plus. It's channeled. No. You can use your fate point.
Yeah.
No.
Take a wound.
So he takes a wound. He's down to 1 wound, and he is knocked on the floor. Going to immediately move on to this goblin here. Can another goblin survive? 4 plus. No. And now to the Goblin King. Now the Goblin King takes a strength 6 hit.
That's 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strength 3s.
6 strength 3s and a strength 6 hit.
Okay. Use a blow as a pro.
Yeah, that's fine. There we go. So you can see what that means is that those models aren't going to be getting scratched, which is of course ideal. Okay, so the single strength 6 hit on him will need 5s. 4s. He's defense 5.
Defense 5. Yep.
So 4s. No. Okay, and then we've got 6, did we say?
Count the rings, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, yep.
So 6, and these will need 5s. So we want all, I'll make it up.
2.
2, okay, so you've got your
2 Fury.
2 Fury first, 5 pluses. No,
2
we want more of that. 2 blood. Same again, please. So 3 plus save, yeah?
3 plus, yeah. Yeah.
Both saved. Oh my days! Oh my bleeding eyes! Oh my bleeding eyes. But I can't complain too much because I only had the opportunity to do that because you didn't roll a 6 with 10 dice. That is how the battlefield is looking. Not looking great for the Eagles. There's only 2 left. 1 more and you'll have broken them. So here we go. Let's roll for the next turn priority.
Oh.
Oh,
I get it.
it goes to you and there's nothing I can do about it. There we go. So because of all of that wonderfulness of moving the shaman, you can get yourself in and charge everything. So there we go, that's how it's looking. It's not looking great for the Eagles. I'm thinking from a floppy point of view, if you wipe me out beforehand, you've not got off the board before the end of the game. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm holding on to. And it was your priorities. You get to pick which you would like to do first.
We'll do this one over here.
We're going to go for that combat there. I'm not even going to let you roll dice. Because watch, I've got a 6 and an awesome hurl. Oh no! Hashtag Bush. Oh my. Snake eyes again. Wow. So Steve's going to gather all of his dice here. You need 2 dice, yeah?
14 dice.
14 dice. So you need to roll, if you roll every single one of these as a 1, it'll be the most epic hashtag Bosch of all time. No, you smash it. So you're going to roll, let's do your piercing strikes. How many got piercing striking?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. 6 piercing strikes.
Okay, so you guys will roll them together. What do they go up to? Okay, so the ones that go up by 1, they will need 6s. So let's do them first. So roll that twice, needing 6s. No. Okay, the ones that went up by 2 will also need 6s.
It's 4 dice, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 dice, needing 6s. That's 1 wound. So he's got 1 left.
Yeah.
Okay, and the ones that went up by 3, so they've gone up to 5, they will also need 6s. Yeah.
6s?
Yep. No. And then you've got some supports in here as well.
Got some feinters.
Oh, you got some feinters as well?
Yeah, so I've got I think 2 feinters, 2 feinters.
2 feinters.
Rerolling ones needing 6s by 4s.
Needing 6s by 4s. Rerolling ones. It's cocked. Here we go. 4 plus will kill him.
Oh! Rerolling ones.
Yeah, go on. Yay! And that eagle goes and joins my Sunday roast dinner over there. And that is that kind. Look at that nice eagle-shaped hole. So it's only down to Gwaihir now. Gwaihir's going to do this. He's going to go out heroically. Watching this. Double 6s! 4 highest, it's awful. Okay, so 4 highest on your million dice. No, I can see 6s. Okay, you want to start with the Dweller. You've got 6 dice there.
Does it make any difference if I run? Is it still 4s?
It will make a difference, and it becomes 5s.
If I...
Because he's defense 8, isn't he?
He's defense 8 and he's strength.
And he's strength 6, so it becomes 5s instead of 6s. So 5s. You've got 1. Okay, so Gwaihir has got 1 wound left. Okay, here we go. So, do you want to do Grinner? See if Grinner can get the heroic kill.
He's fainting.
So he needs here, he needs 6s by 4s.
6 by 4s?
4s, yeah, he's strength 3.
Rerolling ones.
Rerolling ones. Nope. Okay.
And then we have the captain.
The captain.
He's fainting also.
So he's strength 3. So 6s by 4s, rerolling ones. Got 2 1s in there.
3 1s.
3 1s, sorry. Here we go. No, the 6s have abandoned you. Who else is in there?
We've got 2 piercing strikes.
So 2 piercing strikes, what do they go up to? Okay, let's do the one that goes up to 5. He will need 6s.
That kills him.
And the Goblin kills Gwaihir. And the eagles have been tabled. All of the eagles have been slain. This has a profound knock-on effect the whole rest of the entire Hobbit and therefore Lord of the Rings story, because Azog will then go on to kill Gandalf, Bilbo and all of Thorin's company in the trees and everything else that comes from that. There we go. That was your battle report. You didn't lose a single goblin. Go on, call Steve. Hey. So there we go. That's how it is. The story is complete. The goblins go on to go and chase on against Thorin's company, and it has been an absolute terrible, terrible defeat for Gwaihir, Lord of Eagles, and his eagle host. We're going to go into an Adventures in Arda post-battle bat rep cry.
Cry. It's one of them games, mate. I've had them every every other time we play.
Do you know what, that's absolutely true. It's about time that Steve, you had a revenge of the dice situation. Let's talk a little bit about how that game went. So you were just saying before, the moment the game started, and there was a sequence of, I mean, in Reconnoitre it's quite important that you come on reasonably early, and I had a sequence of bad luck where I was getting priority but not coming on.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to get priority in Reconnoitre, especially in the early turns.
No, well you didn't, not with your army anyway.
No.
Because you wanted to pick your fights and be able to do it at this end of the table, so I've got to think, I either go for it, or I'll try and kill you, which would have been tough, normally. And yeah, you didn't come on, so I think it's 4 or 5 turns.
5 turns, I think it was. Was it 5th turn that came on? And by that point, I mean, if you go back and have a little bit of a look over, even on the terrain on the board, obviously you can't see this now, but the terrain on the board, by that point the goblins, the dweller, everything was kind of in this bit that was between the bridge and the ruins, and there wasn't really anywhere that the Eagles could go and do what they would need to do, is kind of get onto the flanks, pick off a goblin, you know, when they lose priority, and go and hurl it over. And I just think I had all of the wrong dice rolls in the right places and the right dice rolls in the wrong places, and some epic ones, etc. But there were a few other things that contributed towards that. So it just shows, in our current meta in the Great British Hobbit League, Goblin Town are up there, aren't they?
I really like Goblin Town. You know, I mean, yeah, they had a shaman, and which helped charging, which, you know, you can say, well, it shouldn't be there, but I'm in this
School conversion.
Thanks. Scummy
as anything. It's filthy.
It is scummy. I will admit it's scummy. But I think if GW would have had the support that they had when Lord of the Rings was out, and they done what they did with Moria, I think that Goblin Town would have got a shaman. I think, but I mean that's up for discussion, and people have different opinions.
Yeah, it's definitely a big part of the meta, including those Moria Goblin Shamans and dropping into that force, because it does make a huge difference, particularly against the kind of force that I had there, which was allowing you, of course, to get those charges in and to surround. But in a couple of times where I did, you had that horrendous roll, and I had that hurl, and I rolled 4 or 5 ones in a row.
It was very bad luck. I was enjoying it. Inside I was.
It's happened so many times the other way around. It has. It's happened so many times the other way around. I think the last time that my dice abandoned me against you was one of the first ever GBHL podcast battle reports that we filmed, where we did like an Arnold versus a Rohan smaller points game. Yeah. And I think you won the 6 roll-offs in a row. Arathorn did amazing. And
I had Malbeth. Malbeth was saving people left, right, centre. It was man of the match, if I remember correctly.
It was absolutely incredible. So perhaps not the outcome that we expected. I thought a few more goblins would die. It's about as good a result as it is the best result that you can.
I'm disappointed that the dweller took a wound, I have to admit. He's in the same bin.
And that you were forced, because Fury failed you to roll 2 blubbery mass saves for the Goblin King. But hopefully, guys, that wasn't a lack of entertainment. We certainly had a good game there, didn't we?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, we had good fun.
It's always good.
It's a very, very important part of any kind of wargaming, not just Hobbit strategy battle game. It's not just about playing the competitive games. It's about having a mate across the table and having some giggles, and we've done that again today. So make sure that you tune in next week for another Hobbit SBG battle report with adventures in Arda. Remember, if you want to see even more content and support us getting out of here and creating a studio with better boards, better armies, different systems, all different kinds of things that we want to do in the future, then please click the links in the video description below and check out the Patreon. Even if you're backing $1 a month, it means the absolute world. And thanks to all of my current patrons as well. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. I'm sure that you'll see HCG James and Top Table Wargaming Steve in the very, very near future. See you later, guys.